let's just start off by the overall reaction to this. It's unbelievable. That first half was extraordinary.
And as bad as the first half was, I think the second half is even more concerning when you think of the lack of urgency, the lack of energy, the lack of reaction by Manchester United. At 3-1, it's still Manchester United playing against Brighton. So you're thinking, okay, we're going to go into halftime. We're going to put in a message in where we get a second goal. Now we put Brighton in a situation where they have to defend. They're going to have to hang on. It's going to be nearly impossible for them to hang on to the 3-2 result, potentially. They never really got that second goal back until the 94th minute. But besides the fact that they get the late second goal, is the idea that there was never a thought, a process, an urgency, a level of energy that you needed for Manchester United to establish themselves in the game and really pressure Brighton. And that's the thing that would concern me, because it tells me that this is a team that there is a disconnect. Yeah. Whether it's between the players, whether it's with the players and the manager, or whether it's the fact that Jose Mourinho spent all of preseason saying, well, this group that I have is not good enough. And if you keep telling guys that they're not good enough, that they need more, that they need something else, well, in the end, what you're doing is creating a built-in excuse, and you're creating an environment in which it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You say they're not good enough, well, they just show you they're not good enough.
On that point, Shaq, I just want to bring up Paul Pogba's comments after the game. Jose Mourinho, after the game, was actually quite quiet for Mourinho, said that his team made mistakes and Brighton made the most of them. This is what Pogba said. They had more hunger than us. I put myself first, that my attitude wasn't right enough. We made mistakes we shouldn't make. My attitude wasn't right enough. Well, a professional footballer going into this game, that astounds me.
More than just a professional footballer, we are talking about a World Cup winner. We are talking about the Manchester United captain, the player who's become the face of arguably the world's biggest football club. Talking about his attitude not right enough in the second game after winning the World Cup, by the way. And I think this speaks to what we've seen between Paul Pogba and Jose Mourinho playing out. That it's not that easy just to switch off the criticism and be the player that you want to be. And again, this comes down to man management. But Paul Pogba here, as much as he's taking the blame, kind of epitomized what's been going on with Manchester United and what we saw all game long. Now, as I looked at this game, first of all, you have to start by saying credit to Brighton and Hove Albion,
sure. Yes,
who were absolutely fantastic. A week ago, got bullied at Watford. Yep. And then come home to this one thinking, this is not the game we want. This is a Manchester United who started so well 12 months ago. This is not what we want. And even though Manchester United had the lion's share of the possession, especially early on, they never bothered Brighton and didn't put them under any kind of pressure. All that possession was along the back four. A little ball into the middle to Fred every now and then. And Brighton grew into this game and realised, hold on, it's here for the taking. And my issue with Manchester United, despite the possession, I have no problem with you keeping the ball in the back, dictating the pace of the game. At no point did you look like you could hurt Brighton and Hove Albion. And that has been my complaint about Jose Mourinho's sides for some time now, that they want to find a formation, find a shape, and wait for the other team to make a mistake. And if they don't, they struggle. And if you do, you find yourself on the wrong side of a result, which is exactly what happened today. Brighton and Hove Albion made no mistakes. They got the 2 goals, but didn't trouble them anywhere near as much as they should have. Manchester United did, and they come away with 0 points.
Gab?
No, look, if Paul Pogba, I appreciate Pogba said what he did, and we're sitting here trying to parse his words and what did he mean by attitude, like he's the freaking oracle. I might just suggest to you that if Pogba had come out and said nothing, everybody would be out there hammering Jose Mourinho again, the way everybody's been doing, because this was a poor performance. I don't have a problem with Pogba coming out and basically saying, we, the players, were really bad today, and we let the manager down. And that's effectively what he said with the attitude. You know, we criticize him before when we talk about tension between him and Mourinho. Here's a situation where he's taking it on the chin as captain with himself first and foremost, and then, you know, speaking for the team and not going out and maybe trying to save the manager some bullets. And now we're criticizing him again. You know, it wasn't Pogba who decided to go and play Bailly and Lindelof, who, by the way, Mourinho bought. It wasn't him who like Ashley Young did on the first goal, just was totally out of position. He didn't do all this stuff. He went out there and said, we were awful today. We, the players, we take responsibility. Our attitude was wrong. And now, you know, for people to come out and say, oh, but the attitude is the one thing you can control. Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying we were bad. Look at us. Maybe not so much the manager this time.